Greetings, young seeker of knowledge. Welcome to This Explainer. I'm your guide today, an ancient scholar of Ayurveda, stepping through time to help you master your sixth grade science journey. For thousands of years, humans have possessed this deep, burning desire to sort, classify, and just truly understand the physical world around us. Today, we're going to look at the materials that make up your world, bridging the brilliant discoveries of your modern textbooks with the timeless wisdom of ancient Indian science. Okay, let's dive right into this fascinating journey. Now, listen closely. Guru Manda Hima Snigda Shlakshna Sandra Mridu Stiraha. This beautiful ancient shloka from the Ashtanga Hridaya holds a really profound secret. This single verse actually contains the traditional qualities used by ancient scholars to describe absolutely all physical matter in the universe. Long before modern laboratories existed, we used these precise words to understand the nature of a stone, a leaf, and yes, even the human body. All right, here's our path to enlightenment for today. We'll explore the wisdom of organizing and defining matter, bridge modern properties with ancient qualities, and classify tricky elements like air and water. Finally, we'll observe everyday materials and build a powerful study guide for your classroom. Let's begin. Section 1. The wisdom of organizing matter, sorting the world around us. Just like a grocer sorts spices from grains, we group materials by their properties to spot the beautiful hidden patterns in nature. Moving on to Section 2, defining matter through ages, bridging time and science. Whether you're a modern scientist or an ancient sage, you really have to first define your subject. So how exactly do we bridge these two eras? Well, your modern textbook gives this brilliant, super precise definition. Matter is anything that occupies space, which we call volume, of course, and has mass. Simple enough, right? If it has those two things, it's matter. But then, ancient Ayurveda describes matter by mapping it onto a grid of 10 pairs of opposing qualities, which we call gunas. It's basically two different languages, my young friend, describing the exact same magnificent universe. And that brings us to a very important number, 20. Since there are 10 pairs of opposites, there are exactly 20 gunas in Ayurveda. We're talking heavy and light, cold and hot, solid and liquid, hard and soft. Literally every single object you can touch, see, or feel can be intimately described using a unique combination of these 20 qualities. Section 3. Modern properties, ancient qualities. Two sides of the same coin. Let's map your modern scientific properties directly onto these ancient qualities. This is where the connection gets really brilliant. When your science teacher asks you if an object is heavy or light, in Ayurveda we just ask if it's guru or lagu. When you test a stone to see if it's hard, or maybe a sponge to see if it's soft, you're actually testing for katina or mridu. And watching ice melt into water, changing from solid to liquid, you're just watching matter transition from sandra to drava. You are quite literally learning the ancient secrets of the universe right there in your modern science class. Another fantastic property you've got to observe is appearance. You know when light hits a freshly cut piece of iron or copper and it just shines? We call this a lustrous appearance, and it's super common for metals. But hey, remember the old saying, all that glitters is not gold? Sometimes surfaces are just polished or, coated with wax. Dull materials like paper, wood, or a rough rock, they don't have that shine. They're what we call non-lustrous. Next up, Section 4, classifying air and water, the invisible and the fluid. Let's step beyond solid blocks and examine the elements that often trick students during exams. So, let me ask you something. Think deeply about this. Is the invisible air you're breathing right this second actually matter? And water, the life-giving liquid, can we really see through it? These aren't just fun philosophical questions, they're rigorous scientific ones. Let's figure them out. Well, the answer to the water question is actually pretty straightforward. Water, air, and glass are what we call transparent. This just means you can see through them perfectly clearly. So yes, you absolutely can see through water. And as for that other question, yes, air is matter for sure. It occupies space in a balloon, and it actually has mass, even if it feels very lagu or light to us. Because it's transparent, we just happen to look right through it. But what if you're playing hide and seek, right? And you hide behind a frosted glass door. Your friends might see kind of a blurry shape, but they won't know it's you. That property is called translucent. You can see through translucent materials, like butter paper, but not clearly. And of course, if you hide behind a thick wooden door, which is opaque, well, no light passes through at all. Now, what happens when we mix things into water? Imagine you come home sweating from a long day of playing, and your mother makes you a glass of cold lemonade or shikanji. She mixes sugar and salt into the water. What happens? Poof! They completely disappear. They dissolve. We call these materials soluble. Water is honestly miraculous because it dissolves so many different materials, which is absolutely crucial for your bodily functions to operate smoothly. Now, if it doesn't mix, like say sand, then it's insoluble. All right, Section 5, Everyday Materials at Home, the laboratory in your kitchen. Let's turn your own home into a grand laboratory. Look around. Here's what you'll find. That glass tumbler you drink from, well, it's transparent so you can see the liquid, and it's katina, or hard. The sugar you stir into your milk is soluble. That sponge by the sink is wonderfully soft, or mridu. Your house key is made of metal, making it lustrous and hard. And the cooking oil? Well, if you pour it in water, it forms a totally separate layer. It's insoluble, yet it's drava, a liquid. You see, science is literally everywhere around you. Finally, Section 6, your 6th grade study guide, Mastering the Classroom Activity. Let's build your ultimate mental study guide so you can walk into that classroom feeling 100% prepared. When your teacher hands you an unknown object to classify, I want you to use this exact 5-step checklist. Step 1, look at it. Is it shiny and lustrous, or is it dull? Step 2, press it. Is it katina, hard, or mridu, soft? Step 3, hold it up to the light. Is it transparent, translucent, or opaque? Step 4, if they ask, test if it dissolves in water to check its solubility. And step 5, the ultimate test of matter, verify if it has mass and volume. Follow these steps and you will absolutely never falter. And hey, speaking of volume, let's be crystal clear on what that actually means. If you take 2 identical tumblers, but pour just a little water in the first and fill the second one right up to the brim, what's the difference? It's the amount of space the water occupies. The space occupied by an object represents its volume. So the fully filled tumbler simply has more volume of water. Now, here's a final super practical tip from your mentor so you don't lose precious points on your exam. In the modern scientific world, precision is key. Always, always write your SI units correctly. Use kilograms written as a lowercase k and g with no full stop for mass, and use liters with a capital L or milliliters with a small m and capital L for volume. Oh, and always leave a tiny space between the number and the unit. So for instance, write the number 5, leave a space, and then write kilogram. Precision is the true mark of a scholar. Well, we've journeyed through ancient definitions and modern measurements today. But I want to leave you with a rather profound thought to ponder. Think about plastic. It's a completely modern invention, totally unseen by the ancient sages who wrote those shlokas. Yet, can you describe it using the 20 gunas? Is it hard? Is it light? And perhaps more importantly for your generation, considering its massive impact on our beautiful Earth, is the invention of plastic a brilliant boon or a terrible bane? Think deeply on this, young scholar, and I'll see you in our next explainer.